Good afternoon. I'm Damien, master rigger for SunPass products, and I would try to explain you how to pack the reserve into all Javelins container. All Javelins means the Javelin Odyssey like this one, also the accuracy one, also the student one. So it's exactly the same method for all, and then we use the long hair method. Everybody got some feedback about the long hairs, or you know about how to pack long hairs? Javelin can be packed with the standard method, but with the long hairs, it's completely the right method to fit into the reserve container, specifically with reserve pilot chute out of the two first flap. Okay, so first is, because we have plenty of time, I will show you right from the beginning. So are you aware with reserve pack jobs? All of you are riggers? Yeah, or instructors. So, you know. So, to lay it down, it's almost as usual. The more you spend time to prepare your canopy, the best it is for you for the rest. You will earn a lot of time. So prep your folds. A, B, B, C, C, D. Sorry for the microphone. Don't speak too much in this kind of things, just because it's just to prepare the folds. Then place it on the ground. So I got the habit to remove the slider just because I have a lot of more visibility inside. You can keep it inside. You can use different kind of features to put the line in tension or whatever, or you don't. I don't care. The thing is, as all reserve pack job, all lines have to be in tension and completely symmetric. And the objective is to place the right part of the fabric on the right and the left part of the fabric on the left. Easy. Okay? For the pack job, I use clamps. If you use clamps on reserve, even it's LPV or non-LPV fabric, use it gently. Gently, not to destroy the fabric. Okay, so I know that some people are not agree to use clamps on optimum reserve, for example, but if you use them properly, you don't damage them. If you use them like a butcher, for sure you will damage them. Okay? A wood paddle stick, clean, soft and clean. This stick I use it only for the canopy. Only for the canopy. If you feel damage on it, use it for something else, but not for the canopy. The canopy is really, really fragile, and every damage can cause bigger damage on the canopy. Okay? And then, if you want to use shot bags, you can. It's better when you speak, when you comment like me now, it's better to use shot bags in case. So, first is preparing one side. So, the leading edge, 1, 2, 3. I place my hand here, aligning with the A, making the fold. My fold is down outside, clean it inside, and working in tension. Always, always in tension, never in the other side. Why? It's just because like that, I assume that all my lines works in tension. Second fold. Going inside. So I did A to B, B to C, now C to D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then clean the inside. Align the lines in the center and putting my stabilizer out. My trailing edge. Sometimes I'm seeing some people not doing the fold of the trailing edge as I'm doing now. It doesn't matter, but I think it's more clean to make it like this, and you will not lose like too much time making clean things like this. All right? At this time, if you open it, we can move on the E-fold. The E-fold is from the attachment point of the D's and the trailing edge. Just have to make it as clean as you can and placing the D's in tension. And you understood that I'm doing the same thing on the other way. So you don't have to be scared to take the wool canopy and bend it in half just because you prep it correctly at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3. It's not so easy to work with this kind of fabric, so this is why most of the time we need to airing the canopy like for 24 hours or more just to resolve this kind of bulky fabric. First, A to B, then B to C. This is strange, but you can take it like this, and then go by the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, to make the fold in between D and see. Stabilizes out and folding the trailing edge. Talking about my E-fold. So, any questions from now? No surprise, no big surprise. It's right to the right, left to the left, tension, and easy. We keep going? So, my slider. Make a nice cross. As clean as I can, open it completely. Then, because it has to go in, I have to practice some reduction folds. Okay, so to reduce this to go inside, I'm going one by one. So gently remove this, and then in half and a little bit more. Okay? So if you do the fold by 50%, it works, but my advice is do 50 and a little bit more. It will be much more easy. Okay? Second one, the same. So this one, and then a really small one in. For this one, it's a small fold, easy to reduce in half. And then stabilizers, small S fold, and my trailing edge. Left side, same, 50%, then a bit more. Same, 50%. Stabilizer, S-fold. All right. Everything is fine for you? Questioning, it's not so strange, and the French side of the sun pass pack job is okay. Good. Now we will concentrate ourselves on the cocoon. The cocoon is to make this fold more solid, to go around all the folds and to keep them on place when we have to make the S fold and the long ears to fit inside. Without the cocoon, it could work, but it can open completely and it will be much more tricky. Okay? My idea today is to prove you that the long ears method is really not so difficult. It's strange when you have habits to pack with like vectors or icons or containers like this, but if you train for 2 or 3 times, it will be super easy and you will have more tips to make this beautiful javelin really nice for the time life of your pack job. Okay, so the cocoon. By my side, I place me on the side, open just a little bit of the trailing edge, and then wrapped on my fold and clamp it gently. I can do my cocoon. I have time, so I will do it. So I do only my cocoon on one side, doing the same on the second side. Like this, okay? When I'm doing it, the same thing in my rigging loft, because I'm on one side, I can do my cocoon and my leading edge in the same time, just because it avoids me the fact to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right? So this time, taking care of my leading edge. 1, 2, 3. I align this opening to my cocoon like this, placing my finger here below my 3 cells and open my hand, completely open, to fold it like this. And maintain. Do it again. One, 2, 3. Fold it by aligning my opening this way, placing my finger here to bend it, open my hand, and close it. All good? Easy, huh? So, now I will pay attention on my free bag. The thing you have to know is this length is the exact length of the reserve container. So the closer you are with your free bag like this, the best it is. Because if there's too much fabric here, it will push the free bag on top. and you will have trouble with your riser cover. All right? Also, the freestow. This is a certified device. Only ThunPass is able to provide you freestows for javelins. Why? Just because we met a lot of really bad batches of this stow, and we are not responsible of people are doing this stow. So this is why only ThunPass is able to provide. A quick email, thunpass.com, or phone call to your ThunPass dealer, whatever. They can provide you like new freestow, and it's not a big deal. Just be careful with these small things. Doesn't want on this on one side, let's try on the other side. Yeah, here we go. So now I will prepare my canopy to go inside. So if you check on thunpass.com on the user manual, you will see an almost different method to place the canopy inside. But as I told you, my idea, my target is to give you the easiest way to use this long ear method. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing my first S-fold. So I'm opening a little bit trailing edge, placing my wooden stick here, and making my S-fold, and close it on the sides. Like this, and because of my clamps, I'm able to maintain it. At this time, what I'm doing is I'm opening my free bag and placing it right below my canopy. This will help me to avoid any sleepy character. Now, that's the funny part of the pack job. Don't need it anymore. This one also. I'm trying to feel where are the grommets, and here I have a rigid part, rigid, then fall down. This is the soft point. This point is really, really important for me now. I open it, don't need it. I'm starting here, and I will take my center cell in my two hands. So like this, slowly, gently, by placing some fabric on left or right. Then it happens. The opening is here. okay? So I push the openings a little bit, and then taking my center cell and roll it a little bit and placing it on top of my grommets. So now I have two big hairs. Target is now to make them as clean as I can. Like this. Second one. Like this. Then here you can feel an articulation point here, just in front of my knee. I put my thumb here and then placing my hair like this, a little bit further backward than the rest. Same on this one, in front of my knee. Then like this, I can see my center cell is still here, and it is still open. Then preparing my hair. Placing in. Second one. Placing in. Now I can open my hairs with my hands. Then placing me on the other side, so I'm sorry, this can be this way. If you identify that your slider moved a bit, you can make it clean. You push the canopy more as you can inside, and we'll close the free bag. First, then the second one. Oops. So now I have to work on my free bag, just because like this it can be cleaner, and also I need to create a valley here. So you will understand why I insist on this wooden stick. First, I put the free bag on the side, taking the first fold and clean it here. Then placing it inside like this, not completely at the end, but I would say 3 fingers before the end, and then roll it to catch the hair, and push the hair at the end of my free bag. Right? Second one. Second side, it's the same. My first fold, then on the side, 3 fingers, roll it, and placing my hairs on the side. Then now, I have to work on my Veloce, but I can easily identify that I have 2 big tubes here. That's my long hairs. To make it more evident, I'm using my paddle and gently, please, gently into the reserve free bag. Push the fabric, the left fabric on the left side, the right fabric on the right side. And if you want to check it, you can bend it like this. It's completely articulated. I have a big valley in the middle. I can work on it by placing my knee in the middle on this. Then continuing, creating the hole, malaxing, place of my AED. And here you can see on the TV screen that it's really soft here. Now, I have to stow the lines. So, at this time, 2 solutions. You can go with the free bag to the rig, or you can pull the rig to you, through to you. The only thing is you have to be sure to have a clean and soft ground. If it's not soft, forget it. If you have weight on it, for example, I keep the short bag here, no, because you will do damage on the webbing. Okay? So, as light as you can for the rig, and then, because it's clean and soft, I can pull it gently. Okay? So, stowing the lines. Protecting my Velcro here. Do you know why I'm protecting my hook of Velcro here? Yeah, specifically on this kind of untreated microline. This microline is not treated, and it's really, really fragile, and it can be catched by the hook really easily. So protect it and be sure not to place any line on these kind of things. So look my fingers. First, I use my right hand just because I'm finishing on the right side here. I'm going on the left side. Easy to understand. Objective is to make a straight line here. So placing my right hand and right thumb here to do the straight line, then creating a loop like this, and I will take all the loop in my hand and push it down like this, creating this first fold. I put my heel on, and then on the second loop, I will do it a little bit shorter than expect, just because it's in diagonal. pushing it. Pushing down my heel. The other solution, if you are not aware with the diagonal things, you can place it and go inside and make the loop right at the end, like this, by pushing step by step. Like this, if you want, if you stop here, because of this distance, it will fit properly inside. You see? So I stopped before. Like this. That's it. So now I'm really be careful about my lines and my Velcro. First, and the second one. Then I don't need this tool anymore. So my advice is you can use every tools you want, but be sure that everything is on place at the end. So I'm using my T-Botkin to fix my risers, my Velcro to protect the others, my loop, my wooden stick, my clamps, and 2 shot bags. I'm pretty sure that I did not forget anything inside. Then, to close the reserve container, what do I need? A new reserve closing loop. Okay? Every time you have to work on your reserve pack job, change this. It's as usual, but we know that some people are not changing this every time, so please do it, just because every pack job can damage a little bit of fabric of the reserve closing loop, and then it has to be perfectly in check. If you see after you're finishing the pack job there's some damage on it, reopen it, change it. Okay, so a new one. This is the old one. And also changing it means you have to go through the cutter by yourself. Don't trust anybody. Okay? So because the cutter of the Javelin is on the bottom of the container, by placing the loop in, you have to go through to it. Okay? Like this. Take your loop. Go through the grommet to fill the excess below. Then you go through the cutter. It's done. It's not possible that the loop went out by itself, normally. Okay? The old one, trash it, what do I need? My pull-up cord, compared to other rigs, is a piece of 1,000 pounds microline. Why? Because it's thicker than the cypress fabric, and it opens the loop of the reserve closing loop to place the pin much more easy. Okay, and I can use it, this one, because my loop is through the cutter at this time, so I don't have to go with this thick line on the cutter. Okay, so going for it. Like this. I will need a small pair of scissors, some safety tie. This tie is the only one fabric allowed to close the skyhook. We identify a lot of things to close the skyhook, even E-thread, 5 cords, super tack cords, and different kind of thing. Use this. Use this. It's not expensive. You can use it. Okay. So this false pin. I use this riffle cleaner just to pull my pull-up cord over the pilot chute. I will show you. And aluminum stick, you will see why, and my magic tool. The one. So, I will do 180-degree with the rig and the reserve, like that. Everybody can see everything. First, placing my free bag like this, and be clean and precise and flat with my risers. If you see, I can place my risers like this. It's not completely on top of each other, to reduce the width of them. Okay, so place the rear with the handles on the outside and the front risers more in the center. Taking my pull-up cord, going through the grommet, then placing like this on top. I try to align this grommet and the cutter. Now,
that's the wrong cupboard.
I will go
regarding parking.
Under.
For those of you that are parked on the campus of the East Midlands Conference Campus,
so
Hotel,
I don't know if you're able to see
you don't have to pay for parking
on the screen,
within the bounds
but
of the hotel
at this time I have the possibility
and the conference
to
center.
check
No parking
if my loop is not over the cutter, it's only through the
Anywhere
cutter,
other than these grounds,
and no lines
please
are
report to
catching the
reception,
cutter.
where we will be supplying
So doing a nice and small air fold with my lines
outside
and
of the hotel or conference center grounds.
placing
We'll need to collect the parking pass.
the
from
corners.
reception. That's reception at the entrance. Thank you.
Like this. Do not forget to continue to work on your valley like this, just because I will need this valley. You will see, I need it. Now, that's the last time you can double check that everything is okay with the cutter. The loop is through the cutter and is not wrapping around. So, now I will do 2 folds on the left, 2 folds on the right. Then I have my skyhook. My advice now is to place the skyhook first. If not, it will be more difficult. So place it, clean like this. Go through the grommet. And then I don't press so much on my skyhook. It's just placing my feet help me to keep my flap really flat. That's it. All right? The skyhook, the red lanyard can be fixed like this. But in this case, we had a lot of disconnection. This is why, if you follow the drawing here, it's the red lanyard has to come over the green, then catching this one, like this. All right? If you are not sure how to place the red lanyard, check the draw. If there's no draw, because old version, check on sunpass.com on the user manual. Then cutting small parts. So right now, be sure that you have good eyes and luck, because you have 2 small and really tiny holes. You have to go over. Like this. And do a surgeon knot. So, be careful to be tight. Just because if your loop with your safety tie is too loose, you risk a disconnection. It can move without breaking just because your loop is really loose. Okay? You can try it in your rigging loft. Make it really loose and you will see that you can disconnect the red lanyard without breaking anything. And the thread will be here, but the red lanyard will be out. Okay? So, now, the side flaps. First, going here. A lot of riggers doing this just because it allows everybody to see what's happening. Are pulling the flap like this. My advice is to do it, but with 45 degrees. Like this, my left hand will maintain my free bag, and then it will make this corner as clean as we can. Okay, so not like this, but placing like this. And the same on the other side. So pushing my free bag. "45 degrees. Pushing my bridle out. It's not only to be clean, it's to keep my valley. So as you can see now, I have a hole in the middle. Okay, so I have to make it clean here. So now, placing my red corduroy. This thing is to protect the lines of the fabric of the pilot chute. So that's it. So keep going, slowly keeping my hole in the middle, and then going with the rest. So two folds in one side, one on the rest, just because this part is thicker. So it's much more better to have this kind of things. Instead of, you can place it to have this thick part below the pilot chute, like this. Okay. Thing is, I have to place my pilot chute correctly. I have two junctions, the trim junction and the pinstripe junction. If you feel below, under the pinstripe junction, which is here, I feel the olive to maintain the coils. Okay, so this I will put on top of the rig. You will see why. So, like this. So the olive is just right here, on top of my rig. Placing like this, the reefer cleaner. I'm going from the top, through the coils. I'm taking care of staying in the middle of all coils. Taking my pull-up cord. As you see, my pull-up cord is really, really big. It's just because now I can take it out and I don't need that anymore. But I don't have to deal with my pull-up cord. Now, placing my pilot chute like this. Be careful of this junction. This junction has to be below this flap. it's not a question of security, it's a question of design. It's just to be nice, okay? So I'm trying to put the fabric out of all cords and compress it like this. You can place your knee and you release the pressure to remove the excess of fabric. Just be careful of your false spin. Sometimes you can catch some fabric with this part. Okay? Like this. Okay, now I have to manage the excess of this. Just do it like this, like that, everybody can see. We do the same. Almost okay for everybody? The easiest way is to take the net like this and slowly placing like this. Do you see? Easy, huh? Now, placing my knee on top and I'm managing the sides. So same, slowly sliding the net. Okay, you see the thickness of the fabric here? You understand why I put the olive on top? Just because all the fabric plus the olive, it makes some steps and steps and steps, and you will have a big bubble here. That's what we don't want. We want to have this flap really flat at the end. The right side. Do the same. Then I reduce and be careful. On this part, you can squeeze it like this, but don't turn it. Okay, if you turn it, it will create a delay. So squeeze it, then create a T. At this time, what we want is to pull a little bit. You see? It's getting this way. And going with the bottom flap on top of the pilot chute. Like this. Okay? Now what I like is to manage my dog hairs, just because it's better to have them on place now, and then I can be back to make them more clean, instead of closing the top flap, then managing them, I would say, almost in force. We're waiting for the camera, like that. The complete back job could be on internet. To manage the dog hairs, I'd suggest you to use the aluminum stick, not the wooden stick. Why? Just because if it breaks, you will not damage yourself or the rig or the canopy. Okay? So yes, you can do it gently with a wooden stick, but I would suggest you to use the aluminum one. Okay? To use it, place it like this, and gently go along the risers. I don't need a hammer. If you need it, there's something wrong. Now, going with my last flap. If you see like this, the shape of this flap now is a little bit round. Okay? I have to make it flat to make my life much more easy and to reduce the distance between the two grommets. So, taking my pull-up cord, snapping a little bit, and it's going forward easily. Okay? So it is much more flat than before, and then the distance between the two grommets is really small. So thank you, my magic tool, to save my force, my strength, my energy. I can manage my pin. The marine eye has a side. Okay? If you place it on the wrong side, the angle in between the marine eye and the pin is too big. Like this, you see, the marine eye pulls straight on the pin. I lose my marine eye. I made some knots.
That windy tool something you made or bought, or where did you get that?
I bought it.
Not seen one like that
Then now, cover my pin, and as you can see, I did not put my pin completely down. Why? Because that's now my possibility to feel what is the tension of my loop. If I am able to pull my pin with only my hand, it means I'm correct about the tension. If not, it's too much. Open it, change your loop. All right? To place the white lanyard, you don't know how to place it. I can see something like this, or you know what? You pack a javelin, make a G. Make a G like javelin. If you are lost, make a G. A J, sorry, J, not a G, J. Yeah, for sure, thank you. What is your...
Oh, not just the side, that or the other side, obviously.
I'm on the right side, just because it's straight. I'm able to place it straight. You see the curve here?
Oh, yeah.
So, my advice is not to remove my pull-up cord until the end, or you are pretty sure that your job is done. Why? Just in case of, yeah, in case of you have to open it or fix it, or for example, I found that I placed my marine eye on the wrong side. I'm able to just not open it, but be in tension, switch it back, and then back again, instead of opening completely and lose a lot of time. So, then managing my mistake. Doing a small S fold, and then slowly push in the middle of the flap into my hole. You remember the hole I created here? This is why. If you see on this flap, there's two bar tacks here. These bar tacks create a rigid point, creating a box in between them. So you have to put the fabrics into this box. Don't want to have it on top of my pilot chute. My stick is round. There's no corners. All right? And it is not, this thin part can damage everything. It's completely round and thick. This is why I'm able to push on this part. Then, relaxing to put my fabric into my hole, and then you can see on the side it's really round at this part. So it means my main risers, if I place them here, they have to go over like this. They are not slipping easily. So I have to make this side, and the other side for sure, really flat. To make it flat, I'm using my aluminum stick like this. And push it this way. Can use my hands also to finish. Using the second one. Check it. My parachute is flat on the sides. My bottom flap is flat here. There's no bubble, it's completely flat. My pack job is done. To remove this, go on the side and slowly remove it. Cypress loop fabric does not like the heat. That's it, almost. We have to place the main bag in. So just because most of the time I do not have time to show you that, I will enjoy the fact to have 5 minutes more of this time to show you, just because we have some questions on this. So, connecting my risers. Do not pull on the yellow cable like this. You will bend it. Just turn it, push it gently, and then place it into the risers. My advice also on the main risers is every time you touch the main risers, just twist like this, make it soft. Sometimes your loop does not want to go through the grommet like this. And you can say like bad words.
What you can think of.
What I'm doing every time I'm fixing the RSL riser is I'm connecting the RSL at the right moment, just because like that I will not forget or deliver a rig without any RSL connect. Taking my my main bag, then the risers. Everybody is okay that the risers has to be on top of this flap, the main risers. They place main risers just because we have some riggers put the reserve risers also on top of this flap. So no, only the main. It's funny, but it happens. The small secret. You see, show to the camera, this square, if the closing loop, the end of the closing loop is in this square, it means that the length of the closing loop, the main closing loop, is good. If the closing loop, the end of the closing loop is here, it's too long. It means that this flap will not take on place. I have some customers say, hey, could you do something of my main flap just because as soon as I'm going out of the plane, it's flipping out. So can you make it more rigid? Open it, check the loop finishing here. I say, no, I will not do anything. I just reduce your loop, change your loop, reduce it, and then you have to know. If somebody tells you that this flap is going out under free fall, check the length. And remember my square, Javelin square. Javelin with a J. So, don't sleep, it's close to be done.
I work in hands, that's why I sleep in day.
Placing my lines like this, then we can see a lot of people going like this and turning the bag. Why? Let me show you. Like this, if I'm placing my bag like this, what do I need? I need to be on this side. It's in. It's in. That's it. Your main bag got a length, a width, and a thickness. If you don't place the bag like this, you don't respect the volume of your main container. And then it's creating tension on these flaps, which are connected to the riser cover. So if the riser cover is going out, one or two or both of them, ask your customer to place the main D bag into the container. If he's doing this, don't be surprised. This is not correct. This doesn't work. It works, but it's creating a lot of suction effect into the main container. And to be honest with you, I tested for 150 jumps, with 75 jumps this way, 75 jumps the other way. The difference is huge, huge. And with this situation, you destroy your rig. So you don't want to have any kind of problem? Come with your bag like this. So, okay, you would say it's easy just because the main is packed for some times, but it's the same. I'm learning all students to place the main D bag like this. It's a bit more chick and chick, but easy. And at this time, close it. If you want to have it clean now, my left hand is pushing up my bottom flap. I have a piece of Velcro on my bridle, match the Velcro on my flap. Close it. I can identify that my key line is okay. It's a green. And like this.
You put it under both flaps or one?
This one? Under everything. 1, 2, 3. On this one, only on one. And the first on the side, the right flap. For this, 1, 2, 3 flaps to protect everything. The pilot chute. There's, I would say, 1,000 methods of packing a pilot chute. The target is to have it flat and to fill the pocket properly. So, my habits are a bit like this. I don't roll, just I fold it. And when you have the tuck tab, place it close to the container. Pushing here, and then placing the tuck tab here. If your customer is young and a bit scared about the tuck tab, just breathe. You can open it and place it in it like this. Okay, it works. And then, normally it works like this. Okay, snap it to make it flat. AED on to check if there's no damage on the cables because of your pack job. Then enjoy. A lot of silence. It's so disturbing. Do you have any questions? Yes.
Magic tool.
Yeah, as a magic tool. Yeah, for sure. I answer you right after about the pack job, about the technique. I will answer you for sure right after.
I learned, I've seen your technique from previous experts on YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's how I do it now. I tested mine.
Between you and me, if you want to test it with Optimum and PD Reserve first.
No, I mean, like I tested it when I needed it.
Okay.
And it worked.
And it worked. Okay, cool. But pack it with PD Reserve and Optimum. They are really more easy to do long hairs. The rest of the manufacturer function also pretty well, but sometimes it can be more tricky with short cord canopies.
For the cocoon,
Yes.
because you folded the trailing edge under your reduction fold.
Yes.
Would you say that be something majorly wrong if you pull that trailing edge all the way down to the grommets, to the slider grommets? And because I think I've seen something like that for the speed reserve canopy. And to be honest, I do that for every single one now, and it works pretty well.
Yes, but the thing you have to really be careful by pulling the trailing edge down to the grommets is if you pull too much, maybe the D's were not in tension. So I know that for the speed, that's not the case, so you can pull down the trailing edge. For the Optimum and the PD, if you pull too much, the D's bend inside, so that's not so good. We want to have all lines completely straight. This is why from now, I'm not moving so much the trailing edge down, just to avoid the fact that I'm removing the tension on my D's. But you can do it, but just be careful of this.
What about the length of the closing loop? You mentioned at the end that if the tension obviously is too high, that you have to change it. Because I think the Javelin recommends to close all sides of the containers with pretty much the same length of the closing loop.
Yes.
Which I do, and again, it works pretty well. So does it always have to be like a 56 mil and it's non-stretch closing loop?
Yes. It's recommendation. I mean, it's what Tandem recommended for the rig, from RSK to J8. Okay, it's the same length, just because you create the valley, and then the difference is this, not the thickness on this spot. Then the only thing you have to be really careful in this is the length of the closing loop is a recommendation. The only thing mandatory is the tension of the reserve handle from 5 to 22 pounds. That's it. Okay, so this is why it's not mandatory to use this 5.6 centimeters non-stretch length, but it's a recommendation. It's if you pack correctly, you should be in this kind of measurements. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then because of a rig can accept different kind of reserve, they don't have the same volume. So we recommend with the reserve we test to use this kind of lens. In case of you use another reserve which is acceptable on the rig because of the volume is okay, maybe to adjust a little bit.
Right.
Because on this one it's OP143, it means we can put a PD126, and I think there's a small difference, but there's a difference in between the PD126 and the OP143. So this is why you have to adapt your length of the closing loop. But you have to fit the 5 to 22 pounds.
One last thing, maybe. You kind of answered that question before I actually had it. For the final stage of the arranging your reserve pilot chute,
Yes.
you said not to cross it over.
Yes.
I mean, I tend to do that just to avoid the fabric from sticking out under the flap. Is it like a major issue for the delay of the reserve pilot chute?
The twisting?
To twist, yeah.
Definitely. Twisting creates a delay. So just, did you try my method to put the fabric of the pilot chute just right
yes,
behind?
the whole thing I do like you showed, and it comes out pretty well. But you know, at that final moment, I was, you know, just to make sure that nothing is sticking out, I was just kind of.
If you work this side with your fabric here,
Yeah.
okay, going here, through here, through here, you can maintain your knee, and then it will push your pilot chute down, and if the valley is correctly created, you will have no fabric going out. Your fabric is moving out because there's a distance here or here, and you don't respect it. You don't have the rest of the fabric in this box. There's some here.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed when I paid that attention to create that actually the valley.
Yeah.
Then you know it's not a major issue, but you know, at the beginning I struggle a lot with tucking everything under. But yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, pleasure.
If you twist it, it can lock it in place. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
If it's done too tight, yeah.
Yeah, if it's too tight, it's stuck in place. Yeah. You create a delay, definitely. Okay, for everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. Sorry for my confusion in between G and J. Fucking French. And thank you for being here. And